Hey guys, Channel Zero, how you doing? I hope all is well in YouTube land, whatever part of the world that you are in. Let's talk a little bit about the old house. We're starting to actually take it down now. You can see we got a dumpster in. Behind the dumpster, we've got a fire going right now. We're burning up all the little bits and scraps from the old barn that we took down that we couldn't salvage. And we got somewhere, I don't know where it is, I was going to show you, we've got a 5-gallon bucket full of hardware, meaning hinges and bolts and outlets and outlet covers and stuff like that. But I don't know what we did with it. It may already have gone up to Chuck's place up on the ridge. And then we got a big 5-gallon bucket full of nails that I'm probably going to send them down to BC Truck because he has such a shortage of fasteners down there. All right, as you can see, we started pulling the shingles off of this first section. We're throwing them in the dumpster because we do not want to burn them. We've taken the windows out of the second story. I took them out this morning, and man alive, right there, I just about went through the floor and went down. I almost made an instant elevator right there. And between those windows, you can see where it's sagging real bad. So thank goodness we are done with that second floor. We've got everything out that's going to come out from up there. And then we're going to start working on taking the windows out of the first floor here. We're going to try to scrap some of that plyboard that's on the part of the roof here when they try to do the roof repair. The front door is going to go to a lady's house over by Proctorville who needs a new door. So we're going to salvage the door and all the jam and everything, pull it out and take it over there and put it onto her house. And then the back door, we're going to save that for the owner of the house who needs it onto a door for his other shed. We're going to try to salvage all the windows out of there. And of course we got the outlets and stuff like that out of there, but it's just getting very unsafe over there, so it's going to go pretty quick from here on out. This may turn out to be a long video. I don't know. It's going to be several clips here sometime in the next couple of days, weather permitting. The weather has not been very cooperative. It's been stormy and it got real dang hot real dang quick, so we're doing the best we can, but once we do have everybody showing up, it is going to go pretty quick. So and we're going to have some heavy equipment coming out here in the next couple of days we're going to, rather than trying to get them shingles on the top because it's very dangerous, that's so soft up there, we're going to have an excavator knock it down and push the house over, and then we can go in there and get the shingles and all the stuff that we're not going to burn and put that into the dumpster here. And then we'll salvage what wood we can. We're going to try to get a lot of that old wooden siding for kindling for building fires and stuff. And some of the old rough cut stud boards that are in decent shape that we can dig out of the pile once it's pushed over, because it really is pretty dangerous, especially when you're on that second floor, that second story up there, to try to get that. We pulled all of the aluminum siding off of it and the aluminum gutters. Those are all going to be scrapped. And you can see we're starting to take off the plyboards and starting to disassemble the actual house itself. Not going to be a whole lot of disassembly while it's standing. A lot of it's going to be done when it's pushed over because, quite honestly, we're just not comfortable with everything shaking underneath us. It's just, it gets, every time you take something out, it's less structurally sound. So a lot of the rest of the salvage is going to be done after it's knocked over. And then, like I said, we're going to be burning quite a bit of it. And what we'll do is we'll dig a hole in the hayfield. We'll push the house over, we'll salvage what we can salvage as far as wood and scraps and stuff like that. Then we'll push it over into the hole with a dozer, burn it and bury it, and then it'll all be level. Most of the trees are probably going to be staying. Some of these big maple trees, man, there's a lot of traffic today. Some of these big maple trees are going to be staying. That one back there is rotten, is going to go, and this one right here, you can see that it's got some pretty good rotten spots on it. It's probably going to go. That little tack barn right there, we're going to try to move it, but we'll see how that goes. And then the rest of it is just going to be kind of leveled and turned into hayfield. No, some people was asking if he was going to subdivide it and sell it. No, there's no way he'll sell them hayfields. They've been in his family for a long time, and it's just going to be hayfield and garden area from now on. Somebody else had said that they hired the right man for the job. None of us are doing this for any money. There's no money involved. We're salvaging what we can for the material. The reason that we are helping him is so that he doesn't have to hire somebody. So there you have it. So like I said, I don't know how long this video will be. I don't know what the next video clip will be. I'm not taking my camera down there with me because it's been off and on rain, and that's why my gray shirt's drying out right now. I don't have it on. But I'll try to make it as interesting as possible, and we'll try to definitely get some video whenever we're actually knocking it down and stuff like that, and I'll do the best I can, no promises. So that's it for now. We'll see you guys after a while. Bringing it down. Got to get it on the ground where it's a little bit safer to work with. We'll take a few clips here and there. Watch out, Hugo. Dog running around. This is how we're going to bring it down. Section by section, he's going to bring it down like that. Best way to do it. We got all the windows and stuff out of it, but it's just not, we're just not safe to get in there and start working on it anymore. It's just leaning too much, and the more we took apart, the less safe that it was. So this is how we're going to bring it down to a big pile. That way it's safe for everybody. And plus, I noticed that a lot of us that's working on it have been coughing a lot. You can see all the dust and stuff coming out. I don't know what it is, but just want to make sure everybody's safe and healthy afterwards. See the whole thing shaking? The whole thing is just about to come down, man. The whole thing is shaking. I don't know how long this video will end up being, but it's not going to be too boring. Get back here in a little bit. What's going on, man? There he is, y'all. Infamous Randall from down the creek. Oh, he's a good buddy, man. He's a good dude.
This ain't going to take long.
No. It ain't going to take long for him doing that. I don't know what was in that. I don't know what was in there, but me and Greg and Chuck, man, we've been coughing like crazy.
Hey, the last time there, I got sick. I won't believe it. I got sick as hell, man. Was the mold or whatever?
Is it the mold or is it who knows what's in there?
It was funky.
Well, I know he pretty much told us, be done. Get the windows out and get out and stay out until it's done.
Yeah, look at this thing.
There's a man, that thing is, yeah, I know, I almost went through the second floor. I was up there taking up them windows, right there in between them two windows, I almost went down. I almost made an instant elevator. I'll probably have this thing on the tripod out, because I'm probably all shaky.
The guy here with the purple shirt on?
Yeah, that's the brother, isn't it?
Yeah,
he's going to deliver the gravel out here for us.
he's a good guy.
He is. He's a good dude, man.
Nice to know people.
Yeah, well.
I figured the first time I went there I got sick, maybe not the second time I went there I got sick.
Yeah.
I ain't doing it no more.
Yeah, I know that we've been doing a lot of coughing.
I let that stuff sit outside for a couple of weeks, and I took the weeks I wasn't going back in there, man.
Chuck said he found a bunch of bed bugs on him again, so Don't know what that thing's got inside it. That's what it was doing whenever I was walking up the stairs. It was shaking like that, that whole thing. I think he told Chuck to stop with the roof because it was just getting too shaky on him.
That's the one where I'm that high anyway.
We have to do some destruction today. Some deconstruction.
It'd be nice when it's all finished and cleaned up.
Yeah, back there he did. Randall, I think he's hauling for you. You want me or Randall? I know the whole thing's sitting there shaking. I've yet to see anything that's really usable. I see some of the stud boards that have looked pretty good. Yeah, if he catches that black snake, I definitely want it. Put him loose up here.
Man, I think I had a water bed up there all the time.
Long time ago, you had a water bed up there.
Got a nice reach on it. Real nice reach.
Yeah, it does.
I'm surprised the house is still standing.
Yeah, I know it. I can't believe it hadn't all come down yet. It's got a little bit in there.
Be on YouTube pretty soon, no doubt.
It'll be on YouTube at some point for those who want to watch. Doing it mainly as a record of how we brought it down and stuff. What we can reuse it for. Oh crap! Did anybody get them doors out of there? I think he set them outside the back, dude. We'll take them out. Here's the door. I think he set them out back anyway.
I was hoping to see the whole thing this morning.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be standing still, but you know, old timers built good stuff, man.
That's the house is gone and it's still standing. You probably shouldn't be walking in that stuff.
I got out there.
In that dust.
We got a better seat. We got the best seat in the house up here anyway.
It's still getting up here.
Well, it'll be down in the pile. I'm still going fishing today. I'm still going to go fishing today. You want to go fishing?
It'll be down.
Want to go fishing, man?
Huh?
Want to go fishing?
What?
We don't have to go fishing later.
I got some. Walking there looking, he's got some old windows in there for property up there in Proctorville.
Oh, yeah.
Up there yesterday and working on one of the air conditioners. I got to put 3 up probably later today. That time of year for air conditioning, buddy.
Yeah, it is. God love air conditioning, man.
I think it's about ready to hit the dirt.
He's over there Thursday night or Friday night. We was over there at her mom's house doing all her hedges and stuff till like 9 o'clock at night. I was up here all half a day yesterday. We gotta go to Hunter's later today.
Mr. J. Yeah, I've been anchoring for some fish. Fish is so dang expensive at the store. I figure easier to go out and get some rather than try to go buy some.
You ever fish up there at the strip mine?
Yeah, we're going to do my hanging rock up there at strip mines and try to
I've been
catch.
up there, but I've never fished there.
I went up there yesterday for a little bit, caught a couple of little bitty ones. It wasn't
A
even
lot
hard
of
to
the
look
guys like
great.
to go down by the lock and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess how it works is you got a license to fish on either side. You know, so
Oh, really? Even on the Kentucky side?
if you're fishing the Ohio River, yeah. If you
Huh.
have a Ohio license, you can fish the Kentucky side. If you have the Kentucky license, you can fish the Ohio side because they border it. So.
Right, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
That is cool, but
Well,
you ain't gonna want to eat shit out of
It's
it.
on the ground. It's on the ground in the pile, and that might be it for now. We're probably just going to make it a little bit better pile and shove it a little bit over. And but we'll get back with you here in a little bit when something else is going on. Well, we got our big hole dug over there now, and what he's doing is he's breaking it up into smaller pieces because there's really not any lumber in there that's usable. We just come down there, but we look around down there, and it's all really brittle, and it's full of insects and stuff. So he's breaking it up. He's going to shove it into the hole, and once we get you know, it all cleaned up and we get the fire and all that kind of stuff going, then we'll pick this video back up. But it'll be a couple of days of just breaking it up, cutting it up, and moving it to the hole and burning it. So we'll stop this one here, and we'll pick up the next one in a couple of days, whenever we get a little bit closer to having everything done and cleaned up. So, y'all, thanks for watching. Sorry this is boring. Have a great day. God bless. Me in. All right, we are down here in the rubble pile, and you're going to have to kind of look past some of the debris in order to see what I want to show you. But you can see. Let me walk over here. Right here you can tell those old sandstone blocks, like that one there, the original foundation of the house, and you can see right next to it where they started laying the addition, and the other one on top, and you can tell how kind of those are eroded. This right here I wanted to show y'all. This is one of the big floor timbers, and we were hoping we was going to be able to salvage them, but can you see how that's just flaking apart, and the insect holes, and it's just all spongy and rotten, and it's just we weren't able to salvage hardly anything from this house as far as the lumber goes. But that piece of wood there, you know, with it being oak, or I think it's oak, I don't think it's chestnut, but it should be, even that little piece should be really heavy, and it's not. I mean it's really light. So I wanted to show you guys that that's how the whole place was, and that's why the reason why it had to come down, because it just wasn't, there wasn't going to be any saving it. I'm just able to break it apart with my fingers. But anyway, we're salvaging some of the concrete blocks out of here. We're going to save these old sandstone parts. The gentleman that owns it is going to use them to kind of help with that retaining wall over there, since it's old sandstone. You can see Again, look past the debris. The original old foundation comes to the right there, and then you can see where they filled in with blocks and sand whenever they did the addition. I'm sure that would be where the old original front door to the old original place was. And then some more of the original sandstone stuff. And then it come over to there. This is where we found the last piece of sandstone. And here would be the other corner. So let me get back where I can give you a shot here. The old original foundation goes from right about there to this area here and over. So the original little cabin home part wasn't all that big. And then back here off of the addition, this is would have been where the addition was, and the kitchen. We discovered more of those old original sandstone blocks that were dug in there. So we assumed that this is where the old root cellar was, and it was just filled in with trash and debris. And you can see there's some pieces of old cups and stuff, and we found some pretty cool. Look at that, we've dug up that old-fashioned Samsung smartphone out of that old root cellar. Oh wait, no, that's my roommate Mary's. She took a picture. Found some pretty cool bottles, and it looks like an old iron and stuff that we found out of the dirt from underneath where that old cellar was. Some of these old cannon jars with the porcelain seal and the metal. You know, these here, we did a quick Google search, and these here go as far back as like 1863. I don't think these are that old, but I don't know, because I'm not like a historical dude. I'm just a dude. Genuine porcelain something. So there you go. I don't know if you can see that. If anybody can make that out or know what that is, then share. I think this stuff's pretty cool. I think it's pretty old. We found the tea mug that was intact. So just various little old style medicine bottles and perfume bottles, and who knows what all was in them bottles. But so like I say, we're finishing up cleaning up the rest of the debris. We're going to salvage what we can as far as the some of the cinder blocks that aren't broken. Pick up the rest of the trash. There's going to be a piece of heavy equipment, probably a dozer, come out at some point and push a lot of this stuff over to where the burn pile was, and finish pushing it on into the hole where we burned it all. Start filling in the hole with the burn, you know, covering up the ashes and all the extra blocks and stuff. We're going to bring, the owner's going to bring his tractor down here with a bucket, and we'll get some of these blocks, these sandstone foundation blocks and stuff, and the rest of the ash and stuff like that is going to be shoved into this big hole, and we'll pull the dirt in on top of it, smooth it all out, give it a little bit of time to compact, and then seed it and turn it back into hayfield. So there you go. That'll be all for now. As far as this little series of house videos goes, we'll at some point in the future, when everything's all cleaned up, we've got everything covered and reseeded, and there's nothing left down here, I'll give you a quick view of the new section of hayfield, because some of these fences are going to be coming down, and we're going to put a new fence up for them and stuff like that. So anywho, I thought it was pretty cool. A couple little pieces of history. We'll do some, you know, we'll do what research we can on them. But we just may do something that I think is really, really cool with one of them old-timey bottles. But we'll see. We'll see when we get closer to 50,000 subscribers if we're going to do another giveaway. And if we do, then maybe we'll give one of them old-timey bottles away to somebody. I think that'd be pretty awesome. So let me know if you think that's a good idea. Other than that, we'll catch up with you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. You have a great day. God bless. The end. Buzz, buzz. The end.